Drew Carney is out and about this morning. He is all the way down in Sherwood, and he is talking classic cars on a Thursday morning. This should be a lot of fun. They have a big event down there each year, and Drew is going to preview it for us with some of those classic cars rolling down the street right now. We'll talk to Drew in a few minutes. There he is in
nice
the convertible.
Convertible, yeah.
Good day for it, too.
Move on through. Move on through.
You're watching News Channel 8 at Sunrise, where the news comes first.
Welcome back this morning. It's 5:23. It looks like hot rods are taking over Old Town Sherwood this weekend.
And Drew Carney is there out and about this morning helping organizers rev up for Cruisin Sherwood. This is always one of my favorite segments he does.
Good stuff.
I love the old cars, Drew.
And I remember specifically, Russ, because we've been out here a few years now, I remember specifically you missing this segment a year ago. I said, something's missing from this segment this year, and it was Russ. And if I remember correctly, I believe it was I think it was an unexcused absence as
He's
well.
got a lot of
those. Probably was, yeah. I miss a lot of days.
This year's Cruisin' Old Town Sherwood happens on Saturday. It is a 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. deal, and I'm not a car enthusiast myself. But everyone I talk to says if you're going to come to one car show in the area this summer, you got to check out Cruisin Sherwood. So I have with me the president of the Chamber of Commerce this year with Sherwood, Scott Johnson. Scott, let me ask you, what is it about this event then? And I'm guessing it's beyond the cars, although some nice looking cars here.
Beautiful cars.
What is it about this event that makes it a can't miss event?
Well, it's really a family friendly event. I mean, we have so many families in Sherwood and everybody just loves coming to this event. My family and I have been coming here for 10 years and it gets better every year. In fact, last year we had several cars. This year we're going to have over 550 cars, and it's like one of the largest in the Northwest.
Do you know if it matters? Because in the past, I've referred to this event as Cruisin Sherwood, and then sometimes I refer to it as Sherwood Cruisin. Does it matter which comes first, the Cruisin or the Sherwood, or does it not matter?
I don't know that it matters. You know, we're really pleased that Innovations and Management is our sponsor, so we like to call it the IIM Inc. Cruisin Sherwood Custom Car Show.
Well, that's a mouthful. I can't remember all that today. Bottom line,
You to call it that.
You don't care if I put Cruisin or Sherwood first, is the bottom line.
Either way is great for us. Just talk about us. It's going to be a fun family event, and we're just excited with all the great. We have people coming in selling their wares. We have great food. We have a kids area with Radio Disney's going to be down there. It's going to be just a great time.
Cruisin Sherwood, Sherwood Cruisin, call it what you will. Be here on Saturday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Rush, you won't remember this due to the unexcused absence last year. But Brenda, you may recall we had the Elvis sighting last year, the Elvis appearance here in Old Town Sherwood. Remember that?
You
That was a
bet.
good moment in TV. And I think we may have another Elvis sighting here this morning. I'm not the best eyes of this opera. Oh, what's that? What's that right there? My goodness, there he is.
Oh, look
the
at him,
king,
yeah.
Russ and Brenda.
King.
Yeah, I think we may have to meet the king in about 15 minutes. That's the plan. Back to you for now.
I thought he was working fast food.
No, he's just eating fast food.
He's in Sherwood. Okay, gotcha. Thanks, Drew.
Well, you've got Cruisin Sherwood, you've got the Rose Festival, tons of stuff going on for the weekend. But he's live in Sherwood this morning for a classic car tradition.
That's right. We have all the elements for a good show this morning, guys. Historic Old Town Sherwood. We have classic cars with us this morning. And a quick turn of the camera reveals the king, Elvis, with us as well. We'll hear from the king. In fact, we'll hear from him next, right here on News Channel 8 at Sunrise.
The spirit.
We're coming up on 5:45 this morning. You know, a big show is rolling into Sherwood this weekend.
Yeah, it's so big, Elvis is there. Drew Carney is with him. He's out and about with a preview. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. The big event is coming up this Saturday. It is the 2011 edition of Cruisin Sherwood, guys. It is back. It is happening right here where we stand this morning, Old Town Sherwood, and we have some special guests with us this morning. Now, Russ, all kidding aside, I know you had an excused absence when we did this segment a year ago. You love this segment. I know you're happy to be here today. Last year, though, we did have an Elvis sighting. Scott, come over here by yourself. Would you mind for just a moment, please? There he is. Scott Tom.
Thank you very much.
Oldies 106.7. Last year, you donned the Elvis suit. In fact,
I was the gravy on everything, Elvis. Thank you very much.
in fact, I know you didn't want to put the suit on this year, but we have video of that very segment.
No.
Yes, from a year ago. Take a look at this. This was Scott Tom.
You're killing me.
Lovable DJ from Oldies 106.7 in the gravy on everything Elvis suit. And there it is. So this year you said, Drew, I don't want to put the suit on. I've got something better. What do you got for me?
I brought the closest to the real thing we could get.
The closest to the real king.
Absolutely. The real king. Absolutely. You ready?
I'm ready.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Bring him in. Marcus.
Ladies and gentlemen.
There he is. I'm doing very good. Thank you very much. True name, Mark Stevens.
That's right.
Lead man behind Mark and the Memphis Kings. You do an Elvis tribute. And from what I'm told, you nail it. Time and time again. And you'll nail it again this Saturday. Do you know what time?
1:15 by the Beer Garden.
1:15 by the Beer Garden here, part of Old Town Sherwood's Cruisin Sherwood event. It is still all about the cars. But Elvis, Mark, my friend, if you wouldn't mind, Camera Steve, he's very good with the photography there. He's very good with the camera. See that big thing on his shoulder? He's very good with that.
Yes, he is.
He would like to take that camera around and see some of the cool cars we have with us here this morning. And I thought that would be boring without a little sound. Could you give us some sound this morning?
We should do that. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Love me tender, love me sweet, never let me go. You have made my dreams come true, and I love you so.
Keep it going, brother.
Love me tender, love me true, all of my dreams fulfill. For my darling, I love you, and I always will.
Oh, he's the king, ladies and gentlemen. He's the king, and he's here. Look at the crowd going wild behind us. Or is that stunned silence? I can't tell between stunned silence and crowd going wild at 5:47 in the a.m. We are out of time for now. He is Mark Stevens. He does an Elvis tribute. He'll be doing it here at Old Town Sherwood, part of Cruisin Sherwood 2011. It is Saturday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Have any plans for breakfast this morning, Elvis?
Just a big cup of coffee, sir.
Okay, he's toning it down a bit. A little bit different than that Elvis we remember from a year ago. Scott Tom, I appreciate you being here as well. Oldies 106.7. Russ and Brenda, 6 o'clock hour. We'll start cruising here in Sherwood. What do you say? A little car ride
I like
to pay tribute to the event. We're out of time for now. Back to you.
And you almost got a little kiss from Elvis there. Who knew? Thank you.
I like the Elvis he has the older Elvis outfit, but the younger Elvis physique.
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
It's kind of a nice mix there.
If I
like
had to
that.
pick, I'd say either Blue Christmas or maybe In the Ghetto. That's what I would request.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe we'll see if we can work that in. I noticed all the sunshine in that live shot.
Yeah, that's all that mattered. It was beautiful outside.
Drew Carney's live down in Sherwood this morning, hanging out with some folks and their classic cars, and they're getting ready to cruise. Drew?
I just cruised right past you, as a matter of fact, Russ and Brenda. We are in Sherwood this morning, Old Town Sherwood. That's the site of Cruisin Sherwood 2011. If I had been here 10 seconds ago, you would have seen me. I'm already around the block, but we're not going anywhere. We're here for the entire 6 o'clock hour for a little cruising talk. It's coming up this hour on News, Channel 8 at Sunrise.
Checking out a classic car show. It's been hitting the streets of Sherwood now for 21 years.
Wow. Drew, how's it going this morning?
We're doing a little cruising as we speak, Russ and Brenda. We're getting ready for the main event. It is this Saturday, Cruisin Sherwood 2011. And what better way to get ready than with a cruise through Old Town Sherwood? We'll bring you all the details on this family-friendly event coming up next right here on News, Channel 8 at Sunrise.
Live this morning, Old Town Sherwood will be a hot spot for hot rods this weekend.
Drew Carney has an early morning preview for us. Hey, Drew.
We are cruising those streets that you mentioned in Old Town Sherwood right now, Russ and Brenda, as we get ready for the main event, the 21st annual Cruisin Sherwood. It's happening on Saturday from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. It's an all-day classic and custom car show, but they tell me it is definitely family-friendly. Lots to see and do for the kiddos. Next to me stands, or I should say sits, the president, the reigning president of the Sherwood Cruisers. They are the car club that gets together with the Chamber of Commerce here in Sherwood and puts together the show every year. I introduce you to Fiona Canova. So Fiona, first female president of the Sherwood Cruisers.
Correct.
You can speak to the fact, I would think, better than anyone, that this is not just an event for the guys.
Absolutely not.
Talk to me about the fact that this is a female-friendly event, that this is a family-friendly event.
It is absolutely a family-friendly event, and the car club that is supporting it is part of the Cruisin Sherwood is also female-friendly as well. We've got a lot of female members in the club.
We also have Elvis with us this morning. Camera Steve, I don't know if you can see, about 5 cars deep. We have Elvis with us. Perhaps we will hear from the King again this morning. I want to know, though, how you got involved in cars, because typically, I want to say it's still a male-dominated hobby, but you said you've been doing this your whole life. So was it your parents that got you involved? How did this happen?
Actually not. It was just I was never the authentic female. I always like to be a little different, so I've always been into the classic cars.
And that is your husband that's driving this particular vehicle.
My husband, yes it is.
What can you say about your car-loving, female-friendly wife this morning?
And we're a great couple, and it's a great family, and it's cars, cars, cars.
I like that. That's a nice way to wrap up a 625 segment. We're actually standing still because there's a main thoroughfare in Sherwood that is blocking our path. As soon as that car goes, we shall go again. We are live in Old Town, historic Sherwood this morning, and we'll be back with one more segment. We're looking to do a burnout, Russ and Brenda. Don't know what a burnout is? We shall explain at 6:45. Can we stop some traffic around here? We're trying to do a live cruising.
Yeah, you work on that.
Back to
We
you.
love Fiona's accent, by the way. See you soon, Drew. Thanks.
Yes, I believe she's from the east side. Yes.
I think that'd be far south side, I think. But coming up this morning.
And Drew Carney is talking about an event in Sherwood this morning that is showing off some vintage rides.
That's right, guys. We're talking about Cruisin Sherwood 2011. It comes up this Saturday. One of the highlights, the annual Burnout Competition. You've never seen a burnout competition? Well, let's give you a little flavor right now, a little taste. Yes, we're going to burn up some tires this morning, and we'll go full throttle coming up right after this. Thank you for that. On News Channel 8 at sunrise.
It's 6:47 on your Thursday morning. We want to check in with Drew Carney because he's all revved up this morning.
He's checking out some classic cars down in Old Town Sherwood this morning, and he has a classic singer along with him. Drew?
That's right, guys. We introduced you to Elvis last hour. He also goes by the name of Mark. Mark and the Memphis Kings can be seen performing around town, and they'll be here on Saturday, part of Cruisin Sherwood 2011. I ask you, Russ and Brenda, do you have an Elvis favorite that you would like heard this morning here on the program?
How about All Shook Up?
That's good. My favorite Elvis song is Crying in the Chapel. I like that song.
I'm going with All Shook Up because I heard it
that's more
first,
popular,
if that's
probably.
okay.
Yeah.
All Shook Up, my friend.
Oh, bless my soul, what's wrong with me? I'm itching like a man on a fuzzy tree. My friends say I'm acting wise a buck. I'm in love. I'm all shook up.
Nailed it, nailed it. Now stay tuned. Stay tuned. We've got more from Elvis coming up. Of course, the star of Cruisin Sherwood would be the classic and custom cars, 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. I'm going to step past you, Mark, just to talk to Jim real quick. Jim Haynes, part of this big setup here, Cruisin Sherwood 2011. We're going to witness here in a moment what is known as a preview to the Burnout competition. Can you explain to me how a burnout works?
Okay, burnout is where the crowd can really get involved in the show because this is judged by the people watching the burnout. People come in here, they light up their tires as best they can, create a lot of smoke and noise, and the crowd decides who the winner is.
Okay.
So gather around and clap and yell.
We
and
need smoke
scream.
here this morning.
We need smoke and noise.
Okay, now smoke and noise in just a moment. Friend of the show, Scott Tom, representing Oldies 106.7. He was with us last year. He's here again this morning. You'll be here Saturday?
Absolutely, all day long at the IIM Inc. Sherwood Cruise Inn, and our good friends at Sleep Country Amphitheater provided us lots of concert tickets to the Monkees July 10th, Steve Miller, the Doobies. We're giving those away all day Saturday, so come on out and join us.
You must speak for a living. You nailed that.
PortlandsOldies.com for information on the Cruise Inn.
He is the popular midday host at Oldies 106.7 FM. Now, I was thinking maybe something appropriate should be sung during the burnout here, Mark. I was thinking Burnin' Love. Does that make sense to you?
I think it's perfect. You ready for that?
Well, let's step out of the way, you and I. We will focus the attention of the camera to the car. And then, guys, whenever you're ready, let's see it. Elvis, let's hear it.
Lord Almighty, feel my temperature rising. Higher and higher, it's burning through to my soul. Yeah.
What? He drowned out Elvis. I say he drowned out Elvis. Nice work out of you, my friend. That's some good burnout. I don't know if it is or not, but it looked darn good to me. That was a good burnout, wasn't it? That's the best darn burnout I've ever seen.
It may have been the engine blow, too.
And you were awesome. Thank you for being here.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you.
Guys, he is Mark, a.k.a. Elvis. Thank you, Scott, again for being here early. Thanks for the burnout. Check it out this Saturday in Sherwood, Old Town Sherwood. It's Cruisin', ladies and gentlemen, the best car show you'll find in our area throughout the summer. Back to you guys.
You know you're going to have to pay for all those songs that Elvis sang.
I know.
Out of your own pocket. You'll need your $19 from Mark Bantheimer. I'm just saying. He's silent. Thank you, Drew. He's like, uh-oh.
It's a throwback to a segment a couple weeks ago. Wow, the